Welcome to the Blaize interviews. My name is Blaize, and this is
Whitney Rayner.
Thank you, Hazel. Thank you for coming in tonight. So, what I always like to do on these interviews, I always like to ask people how they began their journey into comedy. So, like, how did you get into comedy? Why comedy?
I think what it really was during quarantine. I was living in Greenville alone, and I don't know, it was kind of just a gut feeling that just kept saying, like, you need to do it, you need to try it, for no reason. And then I had heard about an open mic, and someone at work found out I wanted to try it, so they were like, all right, you're going to go this Thursday.
Okay, which mic was it?
The Greenville Comedy Zone.
Okay, and then what do you remember your first set?
Yeah, it was one joke that could have been 30 seconds, but I did it for 5 minutes. It was great.
But isn't that the art of comedy? Like, you have these things, it's like, oh, it could be all this grand thing, but then you really get up there on stage and it's like, oh, it's just 10 seconds.
Yeah, it did not need to be dragged out that long. I even tried making that joke work later on. I'm like, it's not even worth.
It's not worth
the trouble.
You just had to kill the baby. You had to kill your first baby.
My first baby.
How did your first set go though?
I was drunk. So it went well enough to want to do it again.
You make it sound like when I lost my virginity, I was drunk. You know it well. You know I could have gone better, but you know what? I could do it again.
Yeah.
I could do it again.
Yeah, we'll do another world.
Another world. So then, what? How do you write your comedy sets? Like, what inspires you?
It's usually just about my life. I just talk about myself so far.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I write by talking to myself. Because that's what, when everyone's are funny, it's in a conversation. So I just try to recreate that, weirdly by myself in my room. So I'm just, going through my set or whatever idea I'm thinking about, but I'll just talk it out, and I'm like, oh, that's a funny line. Then I write it down.
Ah, okay, yeah. Because I've tried to do the same thing, because there's some things in life, I've been trying to work this joke when I got my friend's car stolen on his birthday.
Fun.
Right? So I'm trying to make it we're trying to take care of him, but it ends up we had to give him more money on his birthday because we got his car towed and we had to go to the tow shop to get it towed. But they only take cash, which is the worst part.
Yeah.
So the whole time, my tagline that I want to put with it is it's gonna be funny when you wake up. And you woke up the next day and asked him if it was funny. He got even madder at me. So it's stuff like that, making your life situations into jokes. How do you do that?
I'm still figuring that out. I don't know how I do anything. When I get writer's block, I'll look at all my old jokes and I'm like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how. What? I'm never gonna be able to do this again. And then the last couple weeks, I somehow got a new 5 minutes. It's it's working and it flows. It still needs to be nipped and tucked, of course, but I don't know. It just happened. I hate myself for a month or two, and then I just word vomit.
You just word vomit. Just wait for all this.
I have no process.
No process.
Yeah, and
But there's a beauty in that, because there's a lot of comics who go up there and they're half drunk, half high, and they're just all right, let's figure it out. And I know, because there's this pressure of a lot of comics. Some people feel like they can't go up there with their phone, and some people they go up there and they have to have their phone.
Right.
And it's it's a good and a bad thing. I understand needing your phone, especially when you're working on new things, but trying to get into the habit of trying to memorize your joke is a lot harder.
Yeah. I think it's good to try to memorize it. I just have my little notepad where I write one word to remember what the bit is. And if it's a newer joke, sometimes I forget halfway through, and then I call myself out, and I'm like, you know what? And I don't know what comes next, so we just gotta keep going.
We're on this journey together, all right? We're gonna hold each other's hand. We're gonna get through this, but you know what? It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fine.
It's like a family road trip, and you're trying to just go down the road, and it's like, where are we going? We'll get there when we get there, honey. Don't worry.
We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, so what comedy things do you usually do? What other shows do you go to? What venues are you usually freaking, and why?
Well, I'm starting a show in a couple weeks.
Oh, nice. What's it called?
It's Whit at the Brit.
Whit at the Brit.
It's at Britannia Pub. We're really leaning into the British theme of the venue.
I mean, Deadpan does it with Erin. Hers all.
Oh yeah.
Hers is all great. So, how did you get your club? How did you get your spot?
So a friend and I were looking. We want to do another show together, and we were looking for spots. And then I talked to this guy who runs a bunch of shows at Britannia, and my friend and I were gonna do somewhere else. But then I'm like, well, if this Britannia spot's open, I'll just do my own show there. It kind of fell into my lap very quickly. Yeah. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Is this your first show that you're putting on yourself?
Yeah, I've never done it.
Okay, so what are some things that you're like, worried about? Like, going into it, what are you thinking? Like, what are some things that you're concerned?
Well, it's weekly, so I'm hosting every week. So I'm like, shoot, do I have to have like a brand new something every single week, or should I like use this as an opportunity to work on crowd work and like just kind of riffing?
Yes.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yeah, and just like reaching out to people who I don't know what. Yeah.
So what's your format for your mic? So what day is it on?
It's gonna be Wednesday.
Wednesdays, what time?
At 8.
8, okay.
Wednesdays at 8, so that'll be fun. And then I host Fanatic Salon open mic on Thursdays.
Thursday, okay. So you're busy then.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, hosting a mic's hard, though. Especially, like, you have to, like you said, like, are you going to use it to, like, work on your stuff, work on crowd work, do other things? Like, I know a lot of people who run mics, and a lot of them, they say they just run their stuff. And they'll do one joke, or they'll try and, like, riff off someone that went on stage.
Yeah.
And it's a balance. Like, there's some hosts that just... They're like, all right, guys, we need to bring up the energy, and they're the ones bringing the energy down.
Yeah, you can't try too hard.
No, you got to be good.
Don't be a dorky camp counselor, because then we're all gonna hate you.
Yeah, some dudes, they go up there and they just start talking for like 5 minutes, and it's just like, dude, just bring up the next fucking comic.
Keep it going, keep it moving.
Yeah,
I like to keep any little commentary like under 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I usually like to roast the person who just went up, or just like a little quick like, oh, made me think of that. Mm-hmm. And then let's keep this show going. Like no one cares what the host has to say, really.
No, especially the comics. Comics don't give a shit about you. They'll just like get the fuck.
And if it's a mic, no.
They care less about you. You're just a mouthpiece to them. Just like, when's my name gonna be called?
Yeah.
What are some things like? Are you making a slotted mic? Is it a bucket mic?
So Fanatic is just show up, go up.
Okay.
So you just show up at 6:30, sign up in the order you came, and then it's pretty popular. So it usually runs like about 2 hours.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good though. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very supportive and like friendly people that like to go there. So that's why I liked going there originally. And now that I'm hosting it, that's just full circle.
So you just want to do the first come first serve kind of thing?
Yeah, that's Thursday, and then Wednesday's the one that I'll book people and reach out to.
More slotted or?
Well, that one's a show.
More a show, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how could people get onto your show?
Well, I'm booked out for November, but basically I'll just reach out.
Yeah,
you'll know.
If you're good enough, I'll reach out to you. But if you're not, you should take it as an insult. Work on your jokes.
If not, just come support anyway.
Come support. Okay, that's cool.
I think it's just $5 tickets, nothing crazy.
Okay, nice. So what about like, do you feel like marketing for your show is hard? Because I know for some people, like trying to get audience members, trying to get people to come.
That's what we're going to figure out. Yeah, I'm going to go, it's like by the 3rd Street Promenade, so I'm going to try to go barking out there and just like hand out little like things like, hey, Wednesday, da-da-da.
Okay.
Fun show. They got to boost the Instagram posts and stuff. And we're going to learn. We're going to figure out this week.
It's going to be a fun little journey, as they like to say.
Exactly.
But now that you're running your show, what are some things that like the shows that you take out that you want to implement into your show? Because there's some, as a performer, you go to other shows, other mics, and you see things that other people do, and like, oh, I would like to put that into my act or put that into my show when I get a show. Has anything like that happened to you?
No, yeah, just being on top of your shit. It doesn't take much to impress me as a showrunner. If you just like
A, B, and C's
you're
done?
Organized.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you organize your stuff, like your life?
I'm very organized. I'm everything. My room, my apartment, immaculate. Everything's color coded. I'm a psychopath.
It's like my nails are color coordinated.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we do everything. So what is your day job then?
I work in advertising.
Advertising? Oh, okay.
I'm a copywriter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means like the marketing should become a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, it's like writing snappier lines. Like that's what I do all day for work. So
I heard that. I met one person. They worked for was it a beer company? That's what it was. And so they had to make a whole bunch of just beer lines. And so they showed me a few of the things I did. And I was like, wow, that's really just I can't do that. I'm not quick witted enough to do stuff like that. I feel like the wordplay.
Yeah, I guess it is just kind of like joke writing, wordplay, but just about like products. So I just take that skill. Let's talk about something more fun.
Me, because I'm the center of this universe.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose, like, how'd you get into advertising?
My mom said she thought I'd be good at it as a kid. And I'm a people pleaser, so I'm like, all right, my mom wants me to be in advertising, so that's what we're doing.
I feel like your mom is. If she said, "You know what, you should be a doctor," I think she should have aimed a little higher.
All right.
She's like, just work in advertising, sell people shit. That's all you're good at.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just have to do my spelling homework, and you have to like write sentences, and she's like, "These are kind of funny." Like, you probably sell stuff.
I mean, she's the first person to tell you should be a comic then, kind of.
Yeah. She told me she found an index card from when I was like in 3rd grade of like jobs I wanted, and it was like dancer, therapist, comedian, and like a couple. And I'm like, even little Whitney knew.
Even little Whitney knew was like, I want to be I'm gonna be a funny person. Yeah. So like you even like, what are some like your cherished moments like as a kid? Like you fall back to like, yeah, I've always been a comic.
Well, as a kid, I didn't think girls were allowed to be funny, so I wanted to be a boy. What? I'm like, this stinks. I was like, I'm funny, but like girls aren't funny.
Really? You really do? I mean, you don't think that now? I don't think.
No, I don't think it now. But like, it's just funny. Like as a little kid, my twisted logic. I was like, shoot.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I had like twisted logic like that myself because I was literally like 4 or 5 years old. I don't even know where I heard this, but like my parents were like, "Blaize, why don't you speak more Spanish?" I said, "Because this is America. We speak American."
That's what my grandma said.
Yeah, I don't even know where the fuck I heard that. I just remember repeating it. I was
you
like,
heard it from my grandma, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, are you Hispanic?
Yeah, I'm a quarter Mexican, so my grandfather's from Mexico.
Okay.
And so when they had kids, he was, let's teach them all Spanish. And she's like, no, we speak American here. Which makes sense, because, like, she had 6 kids, and if they're all speaking Spanish, she's like, I can't control these kids. So we gotta speak the same language.
I mean, she could have learned, too.
I guess, yeah, she could have.
She could have. She just like, you know what? No, you're American now. You doing this now. We're not doing none of this cultured shit. Like they eating Wonder Bread, not tortilla bread.
Exactly.
So what? Like, do you put any of like your cultural background to your?
I tried to when I first moved here, and then I realized that's so not original here. Everyone's a quarter Mexican in California.
Basically,
because like in the South, I was special for being a quarter Mexican. Like. Here, I'm just like everyone else.
Well, so you moved here for advertising, but like, then comedy, but what was it like in the South, like growing up there, being quarter Mexican? Did that ever like come up a lot?
More than it should have.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. I think just because I have like dark hair, dark eyes, and like that I technically am, everyone's just like, oh, and he's Mexican. Like, did you jump over the fence today to get to school? Or like... What is your dad? Is he a lawnmower? I'm like, he's not even the Mexican one.
It's my goddamn mom.
Yeah.
It's like, he's the whiter one. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So just all these... But it's all, like, very lighthearted. It's all stupid. Yeah. So I would laugh along with it. You guys are idiots.
What's the main difference you find, like, from the South to, like, California, LA, like, culturally, lifestyle-wise?
Culturally. We're not getting married super young here. Like, that whole, like, traditional trajectory of, like, you get married, you have a kid, you buy the house, da-da-da-da-da. Like, no one knows what they're doing here, and I love that.
You're like, no one wants to get married, and neither do I.
Me neither.
Why get married?
And that's what I'm saying. Why do it?
Because there's nothing to do, that's why.
Once you're married, the rest of your life, you already know what's going to happen.
Basically. Well, for the most part, yeah, unless there's affairs.
Any surprises, like, are going to be bad ones. Yeah, like, an affair.
An affair, like, other than, maybe another kid, but hopefully it's not an affair.
Yeah. Some kid just shows up.
Like, hey. It's like, who's that? It's like, remember when y'all were on your honeymoon and he was away for that 12 hours? That's me. The honeymoon? Yeah. Couldn't last the honeymoon, dear. This is why we can't have nice things. So it's just mainly, like, marriage. So...
That, breakfast is better in the South. There was a lady eating salad for breakfast here yesterday that I saw. I was like, what? That's not what this is for.
Okay.
That's no fun.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, we don't got no Waffle Houses out here.
Yeah, why? That's bullshit.
I mean, to be fair, it's Waffle House's fault. Because why aren't they coming out here? I mean, like, they stop around, like, Texas, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because there's none in Arizona. I don't think... Is there one in Las Vegas? There's not even one in Las Vegas, I think.
There should be. That's the place you need Waffle House at midnight.
I've been into the Denny's at the Las Vegas. That one was funny because when I went there, it was me and this one girl. She was sitting across from me, but I was cold. I didn't have a jacket, so I had my shirt right here, something like this. And this large group of like 20, 30 Mexicans, a huge family, right? They all just like stop talking for 1 second, and they turn and face me. I'm just like, I turn and I face them. I put my hand out my pocket, and I'm like, hello. They all just started laughing. They're like, "You cold?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking freezing," because the AC was like right on top of us. I'm like,
"You're dying."
Just dying.
Yeah.
Just dying. And it was right next to the wedding chapel, though.
Oh, did you get married?
Not there. Not there. I'm surprised. Not that great. She wasn't that great. I'm surprised I haven't gotten married yet. I'm more surprised I haven't had any kids yet. Honestly,
that's good.
I could have had about
that you know of.
That I know of. Fair. I could have had 3 by now, but Lady Luck and Unluck chose to not be on my side.
I think she's on your side.
Yeah, for now. The first one, girl was 8. We were both 18. She had a miscarriage, and this other one, twins, but then she had an abortion. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, I could have been a dad, but you know what?
Wasn't in the cards yet.
Wasn't
meant to be yet.
And honestly, I'm happy that the didn't work out, because both the women have grown to loathe me even more. And I know if we had a kid together, it would just, it would really be, and that's one thing one of my biggest fears, is knocking a woman up and us just hating each other.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, like, because there's times where you guys can be cordial, but, like, I don't want to have...
You don't want to be cordial.
No. I want to be, in love with the person. Like, I'm really, really scared, like, because your parents are either a great example or they're a great warning. Yeah. And my parents just, they're happy, but they're not really in love. You know what I mean? They're not in love.
Sounds like kind of in the middle, though, of an example or a warning, though. You think it's a warning?
It's a warning.
A little bit of a warning.
It's a warning. I mean, I remember I was 8 years old, I was asking my mom to divorce him. Yeah.
See, I thought my parents were divorced growing up. When I was little, because my dad worked a lot, so he just traveled. So I was just asked, can we go to Dad's house? Like, I just want to look at. We don't have to go inside. Mom's like, what are you talking about?
He lives here, bitch.
So she called him. She was like, you need to come home. Whit does not think you live here.
She's like, she thinks there's another dad.
Yeah, and he was like, oh my god.
Wait, what does he do?
He was in sales at the time, so he traveled a bunch to.
It's so just broad. He's in sales.
Computer technology. I didn't know what he did for the longest time. So career day in first grade, I said he was a magician.
Because he was always disappearing.
Yeah. So then he came into class and did magic tricks, and he was just like, okay.
Did he really do magic tricks?
There's a magic store, so he just went, bought a few, and was like, all right, I'm just gonna.
He learned?
Yeah.
That is a great dad. Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Your dad's better than mine. And you still turned out to be a comedian? Wow.
Yeah.
How can you have a great dad and still be a good comedian?
Terrible dating life.
Terrible dating life. Shit, I don't have it. See, me and my dad have a great relationship. Honestly, I have a great relationship with my mom. Not my dad. Because my mom, I try and go to brunch with her once a month.
Oh, that's nice.
But, she lives far enough where it's a journey. So it's good enough.
Where does she live?
You know where Pomona is? Diamond Bar?
No.
So,
how many minutes?
From here?
Yeah.
58 an hour.
Okay, yeah. So that's just far enough.
Just far enough.
Yeah.
Like, she's out there, but she's not close. Like, she can't just stop by whenever she wants.
And that's
what I don't want.
Right.
Because, that's part of the reason why I went to Hawaii. It was just like, I need to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
I need to get the fuck away. You know what? Where's better to go than fucking paradise?
Honestly, yeah, I've never been.
Honestly, 3-day weekend, book it 6 months in advance. It's cheaper than you think. Just stay in an Airbnb. You can get, a lot of great produce there.
I bet, yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of things, it's super expensive. Like, a gallon of milk out there, $5. But, the food, the meat, so everything's just, oof, real good. It's just a hodgepodge of just different, cultures, cooking. There's a lot of fusion places out there. Nice. But it's mainly just all Asian fusion because, every meal out there has white rice.
Yeah.
It's white rice and mac salad. Those are the main sides there.
I mean, that's great. That's perfect.
Right? What else you need?
Yeah.
I mean, where else would you rather go for school than a beach? I mean, you can go Harvard, Yale, Stanford, but,
no.
Fuck that.
It's nerds.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to James Madison.
That's a pretty good school, isn't it? I've heard of it.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun school.
Don't they have a good football team?
Now they do. After I left, they got good.
Ah, okay. I think I've heard of them before, even when I was in high school, 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went on a long streak.
Maybe
you don't know. Yeah,
I don't
keep
up with sports.
You don't know. I was like, I don't know shit. I don't know shit about that. But yeah, so New York or LA? Why, for advertising, those are the two big places. Right. So why LA over New York?
Because LA reached out. They found me.
They found you? So it was oh, this person, how'd they find you?
So my friend had referred me at our agency like a couple years ago, and it didn't work out. And then I guess they just went through the files like really deep. And we're like, oh yeah, she's so fun. And then like, you still want to move to LA? And I was like, yeah, I really do.
I mean, it's hard. Once you live here, it's hard to leave here. It really does trap you in here. Because it's too expensive to leave.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you can't, like, it's actually cost you more to leave here than it does to stay here. Which is the weirdest thing ever, living in LA. Like, you can't live here and, like, not suffer.
It's not that bad.
I mean, the streets are burning.
Depends on the day, yeah.
Depends on the day. Depends, like, some days are good, some days are just literal shit flung through the air.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favorite, like, horror story of LA? Everyone's got a whole bunch of them.
I don't think I have any yet. I live in Santa Monica. It's very cute and quiet.
But Santa Monica still has a lot of shit going down there.
Do they? Not that I've seen.
What do you mean? Like, there's a whole bunch of homeless. There's a good amount of homeless in Santa Monica, but they've been doing better at kicking them out.
I think they just kick him out. There's one guy that lives in a garden bed on my street, and he's really nice.
He lives in the garden bed?
It's really cute. He's out of everyone's way.
That's the way thing, though. He's kind of out of everyone's way, but I mean, like, it's a garden bed. Shouldn't it be used for gardening?
No. It's his house.
It's his house? He lives there now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say, because, like, some of these people, like, there was one of those fields. This dude literally built, like, a 2-story structure. Yeah. He had, like, outside, he had a grill. He had, like, a little tarp on top.
Wow.
I saw him, he had, like, a 40-inch TV. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow. It's better than in my place.
Right? It's like, these motherfuckers are living better than me and rent-free.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter where you trying to move. I was thinking of moving. Me and my roommate were thinking of moving to another spot, but we just kept looking and looking and looking. It's just like...
Yeah.
It's just...
There's no moving now.
There's no moving now. Like I said, once you move in, there's no moving out.
Yeah.
The only other place you can move to is your parents. But no one wants to do that.
Yeah, I can't go back to Virginia. That would be so far.
No. But, I mean, you could technically still work from online, can't you?
Well, yeah.
Are you still doing that? Or do they drag you back into the office?
I'm still remote.
Do you like it better or no?
Oh, so much better.
Well, I mean, because you don't have to drive.
I don't have to drive. You get an extra hour of sleep, and especially with staying up late for stand-up, that's crucial. So it's kind of perfect.
I mean, yeah.
If it's a slow day, too, you can kind of skip out an hour early to hit, like, one extra mic, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had one friend that used to work at an insurance company, and they were telling, because they were also a comic, too, and they were telling me, like, they were really, really upset because they were trying for months to work from home. And then finally, COVID happened, and they're literally fucking pissed. They're like, what the fuck? I've been trying to do this for fucking months, and finally... Yeah. And now they just work from fucking online all the time, so it's like...
Yeah, it's the best.
Way better for them, and they're like you. Like, they love it better because, like, they can go to mics, they don't have to drive to work, because where they work goes, way out there.
Save so much gas.
Save so much, especially now.
Yeah.
I feel like every fucking Monday it just goes up, like, 30 cents. It's more.
Yeah.
More expensive, especially like Santa Monica. It's always like $7 out there.
It's like $5 or $6. It's not terrible.
I mean, it's a nice area. At least you ain't got to like drive to the beach and find parking.
True. I can just walk over. It's pretty nice.
And I've been in Venice is where it's been really, really bad because I had one friend who lived like right. He lived like an apartment, like one of those a studio that was like literally like 4 or 2. Like studios from the beach, from Venice Beach, like right there. It was really, really nice. But like right in front of his house was just like motorhomes and like a whole bunch of homeless people. And I said, "How do you like it? Like, what's it like with them?" And I was like, "Oh, they don't really cause too much problem. They're on this side of the street on Tuesdays, but on Wednesdays on the other side of the street because that way the street cleaners will come and they won't get towed."
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, they have a whole system.
They figured it out.
And the thing is, like, it's part of the thing I hate about them is it makes it even harder for like other people to find parking.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's part of the reason why I hate going like to the beach. You have to like park 3 miles away.
It's a lot of planning that goes into it.
Like it's not like other places, like especially like Hawaii, you could just go to the beach. Where it's like here you have to like an event to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Like you gotta drive out there. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always a 30-minute drive. You can be in Culver City. It's still a 30-minute drive to fucking the beach. I don't even know where the
so much hustle and bustle just to sit on the beach.
Yeah.
Then it feels anticlimactic. We just did so much effort in planning and this and that just to like...
Yeah, just sit there.
Yeah.
I mean, is it? I think Newport, like one of the few beaches that you can have a fire on the beach.
Oh.
Yeah, because a lot of beaches out here, you can't have fires. You can't have, like, you can't do stuff. I mean, once it hits sunset, they, like, kick everyone out. Like, they're really, like, they really don't let anyone have fun on the beach here.
Down.
No, it ain't like the East. I mean, it ain't like, especially like Hawaii. People are on the beach all the time in Hawaii. I mean, it'll be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We're all stone drunk, and we're like, "What are y'all doing?" And we're like, "Y'all want to go chill on the beach?" And we're literally just sitting on the beach with our feet in the water, just like, this is nice. This is nice. Because the water's so warm. Out here, the water's so fucking cold.
I didn't even try getting in the water here.
It's cold.
I heard there were stingrays. It's like,
it depends how far you go. It depends what part you go. I mean, in Long Beach, one of my favorite part about Long Beach as a kid, besides the fact it stunk like shit, it still stinks like shit. It doesn't stink as bad as it used to, but it still stinks. It's bad. But if you go there, especially in the afternoons, there's fishermen on the pier, and they're just pulling out fish rays, and I'm just sitting there. I remember as a kid, like, that was the first time I ever saw a stingray. It was just on the Long Beach pier. Everyone was like, "You want to go touch one?" I was like, "What?" So I was like, she just walked us around and was like, "Hey, can I touch a stingray?" And I was like, "Can I?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, kid." You know, he don't really care. It's like they have the little cleaning station there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was just like, it feels so weird. I was just like, have you ever touched a stingray?
I don't think so.
You never been to like the aquarium?
Not a petting aquarium.
Well, fair enough. I mean, what was it? It was the San Diego Zoo? I forget what zoo it was. But they have, no, it wasn't San Diego Zoo. I forget what zoo it was, though. I remember it was a zoo, though. Obviously. But they have this little bay area, like the little pod area for like the baby stingrays and like little baby fish that you can go in there and pet. So you can go in there and you just like, they tie it like, was urchins. So you put your finger on the urchins and they just like, touch you like that because like they're trying to eat you.
Ugh.
But you know, you're too big for them.
Still, I would not.
It's kind of cool. Like, you know, like, I'm too scared to, but I always like to go pet a tiger.
Let me know if you do.
Right?
I'm not gonna do it.
I should call Joe Exotic.
Yeah. Oh, is he in jail still?
He's still in jail. I think he tried calling Donald Trump to get him out. He called Donald Trump to get him out. I think he reached out to Kanye West too. I know he's reached out to a few YouTubers because I've seen him on like a few YouTubers. Yeah, I think the YouTuber Atozy is his name. I think he did one episode with him. I didn't watch it though. I was just like, I want to watch it, but right now is not a good time. I'm gonna watch it like in a few months when I'm just scrolling. I got nothing better to watch.
Right.
You know, it's just like, I'll watch it now.
I'm not gonna go out of your way for it.
No, it just doesn't really need to happen. But like, what was I saying? Yeah, but you don't like animals?
I like them. I just don't feel the need to like touch them or hug them. I can like admire.
It's like children. It's like they're nice. I just don't want any. It's like, don't ask me to pick it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I know some women. They're like, I don't understand. Some folks when they pick up a child, it's just like, what is this? I know, like some folks just are very, very uncomfortable around children. I find that weird.
Yeah, I could take them or leave them. I don't really care. They're fine.
You just don't want any for yourself?
No.
Ever? No.
I'm 30. I'm like, I don't want them now.
No. Really?
Probably good.
Well, I just turned 30 and was like, I told Terry a few weeks ago, I'm slowly becoming a little bit more baby crazy as I get older.
Oh, God.
Well, no, I'm just saying, because I know I want family, I want kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, because I've always known I wanted kids. I just, like I said, I'm always just worried about the women.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about, like, I'm going to choose wrong.
Would you ever just have one yourself? Like, adopt one?
I don't know.
Boys are so weird about that. They're always like, no, I want to spread my seed.
I don't know about adopting. That's just, I never thought of it. I dated one girl who had siblings who were adopted, and we were dating for a few years, and we talked about like if we got married and had kids, and like well, she was like, "Would you adopt?" And I was like, "Sure, I guess." You know, she's like, "Oh, I don't want to adopt kids." And I was like, "That's what you want to do?" I mean,
yeah,
I want to be.
Because she's like was right there and saw the benefit of like how that can really.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. I'd be down to. We ended up breaking up, so obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But like even now, it's like people ask like, how many kids you want? I was like, like 4 or 5.
That's a litter.
I know. Like, I come from a big family, so I have 3 siblings. My mom has 6 siblings. My dad has 11 siblings. So, I mean, like, every month there's, like, 3 or 4 birthdays.
Yeah.
So, I kind of like that, like, having big family, like, having, like, everyone there. It's just, I've always grown around that. Like, the only time I didn't have family was when I lived in Hawaii. And I actually had a mini panic attack for, like, 5 minutes. Went into the bathtub. I just sat in the bathtub, and it was just hyperventilating.
Yeah,
and I went, okay, that's good. And I just got up and enjoyed the rest of my stay in Hawaii. Because that was really the first time in my life, like, I was by myself.
Yeah.
I knew nobody. Yeah. Like, the closest person to me was 10 hours away, minimum. Yeah. Because however long it took for them to call my parents, to find them, for them to get to the airport, to take the 6-hour trip.
You'd be dead. You'd be long gone, whatever the emergency is.
Yeah. So it's just, it's funny because another story is, I was in Kauai, which is a lot smaller because it's a chain of islands, and Kauai is one of the smaller islands. It is the road. It's like one way each direction, and it goes halfway across the island, and that's it. And so we're on the north side of the island, and that's where the Polycoast Trail is, and it's really beautiful. It takes like 11 days or 14 days to like track it one way, and another 11, 14 days to track it the other way. So it's like a full month trail that you gotta do, and like people like lose their lives all the time on it. It's crazy. There's like people. Supposedly there's like a hidden colony that lives there, like out of touch with reality and this and that. So I don't know. That's part of the stories. I was dating this one girl, and her family came and visit us, and we were out there, all 4 of us, and we were hiking it, just a little part of it, like the beginning of it, and she slips and falls and breaks her wrist. Now this is a small island, right? There's no signal where we're at.
Yeah.
So we have to drive from the north all the way down to the south where the airport is, and we're spotty service. So I'm calling every single emergency room on the way and asking if they have an x-ray. They said nope. There's only one x-ray on the whole island, and that's it. And it's literally in this small little like elementary school backyard. Like it's literally the amount, like one of those like temporary buildings that's always temporary. It was in that, and I was just like, what the fuck? This is like I was like, well, this is literally like a third world country. Like, luckily it was just like a broken wrist and not anything worse, because like she literally would have had to have gone helicoptered out, because if you fall and hurt yourself, you're dead.
Yeah,
you're dead, because there's not like here.
That's why you don't go hiking.
She's like, if you ask me on a date, no hikes, no. We're going to the bar, or you buy me a few drinks.
Yeah.
But like, especially dating out here is horrible.
Oh, it's the worst. I quit this year. I'm done.
You're like, I haven't been on a date since.
I went on one this year, and I was like, nope, that's too many. It was
too
awful.
Many?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that, like, what makes a date bad?
Well, if you're not vibing, or if they talk way too much, or if they're just like way too nervous, I'm just like, oh my, I can't. Boys out here are very sensitive, is what I've learned.
Wow.
So many emotions.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Good. You need to toughen everyone here up.
So you're saying
it's my job to do it.
Every man needs a slap in the face with a whiskey shot?
Yeah.
So you just think men out here just are just not manly? Or what is it?
Not really. Not very manly. They just have too many emotions, and they have to tell you all about it first thing when they meet you. It's just trauma dumping. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to know if we can have fun. Like, we can get to your feelings later, but I don't give 2 shits at first.
It's like, tell me what's interesting about you.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wow, this one girl broke my heart, and ever since then, I just don't know if I can find love again.
And I can see why she did.
Yeah. I mean, I say this, a lot of folks now think their love life is like a Twilight novel, like a teen romance novel.
Do they?
Don't you believe it?
Thing?
You don't think so? Like, everyone thinks they're like Bella or fucking Edward. Like, they have to go through this emotional trauma. Like, I had this one joke, because it pisses me off so much. I was with one of my friends, and we were hiking. He looks up to the moon. He's like, oh, the moon's really nice today. I was like, yeah, it looks really nice, because it's like right before sunset. It's out there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate the moon. Dead stop. Looked me in the eyes.
You're like, why?
Why? He looked me in the eyes without flinching, said, it reminds me of my ex.
Oh my
Bro, fuck
That's
you.
That's so weird.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. But why? Why? Just because it reminds you? Bitch, it's the fucking moon.
It's the moon. The moon was here first.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Everyone's, like, tries to make everything so dramatic. Like...
Yeah.
It's not that dramatic.
It's not that dramatic.
Nah.
Just blaming stuff on their past. Like, this is why I'm so broken. I'm like, if you're that aware of it, fix it.
Yeah. It's like,
don't tell me about it. Fix it and be normal and cool.
Yeah. Be cool, bitch.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Maybe I should be a therapist. I don't know.
I mean, that was the third thing you wanted to be. Was just like comic therapist. I mean,
yeah.
He's not a doctor.
Yeah, no, God, no.
You know what you should do? Just take men on dates. It's like, all right, you're paying for this. It's going to be $120 an hour, and we're going to work through your problem.
We're going to fix you.
Yes.
For someone else.
For someone else.
Yeah.
Not for me, but for someone else. We're going to you start off with a shot, and then you slap them across the face. Yeah. And they start crying.
Or just anytime they start getting, mushy, feely, I'm just, no.
I feel like
spray him with a bottle.
Spray him with a bottle. You should just do that. Just walk around with a bottle, just like when men start getting too emotional, just like, they're like, what's that? It's like, you got to train them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It reminds me of, like, as a kid just getting slapped. Because, it's like, my parents were like, behave or else. And if you didn't behave, you got to grab them back of the neck. They're not going.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was a bad kid.
You deserved it.
Oh, and much more.
Oh, good.
And much more. Because I was looking for fun, I like to say.
Yeah, that's what guys do.
My father is a very, very reserved man. I'm not a very reserved man.
No.
He's very, I'm very, he's not.
No.
He's not like that at all. He's more I'm more like my mother.
Yeah.
We're just more like, how you doing? Nice to meet you. We're very personable, easy to meet. My dad, the fuck you want?
Wow.
Yeah. So I look like my dad, act nothing like him.
Yeah.
My brother looks like my mom, acts like my dad.
Interesting.
So it's a
duality?
Duality, that word.
Yeah.
The duality of both me and my brother.
Yeah.
Because one time, because my mom, when we were a kid, she had cancer, and she was wearing wigs. So one day when she was like really sad, my brother put her wig on, dressed up as her, and went to cheer her up. It was really funny and cute.
That was cute.
That was like the only good thing he's ever done in his life. Other than that,
other than that piece of shit.
Yeah, no, he's just a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? But when you moved here, you had people you already knew who were out here, like your friend.
Yeah, I have some friends out here. I have a couple cousins, and they have families. So I knew a lot of people coming here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of surprising.
You're like, I have a good support system.
Yeah. Like, this isn't difficult at all, like, transitioning to living on the other side of the country.
Yeah, because, like, when I moved to Hawaii, I had, like, a mini panic attack. Because, like I said, it was the first time I was by myself, like, truly isolated.
Yeah.
And, like, coming here, at least you have, like, the opportunity to have friends and, like, family members. Like, makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because when
Not that I see them that often, but I know I have the option, and that still makes me feel better.
Yeah, you have the option. You don't really see them. Maybe for Thanksgiving. Have you even spent Thanksgiving?
Yeah, last year we did Thanksgiving, so we're going to do it again next month. Or next month. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
Nice. No, I've stopped going to Thanksgiving at my parents' house. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
And you tell them that?
I told my mom that. She was like, I understand.
Okay. So what do you do instead?
I don't know yet. Maybe going to Arizona. Maybe going to San Diego. Maybe going to Fontana. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know where that is. It's pretty much way out there in the booms of Riverside. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much Kentucky.
Okay.
Because there's nothing but just flatlands, crack, and homeless.
And that's where you want to spend Thanksgiving?
Well, my sister lives there.
Family?
Well, that's where my sister lives. So that's why I might be out there. You gotta go where the family is. Just because, North Hollywood isn't too far off. I mean, there's a lot of crack. There's a lot of homeless. I mean, the only difference is it's not as flat as out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I like North Hollywood, but it's too spread out.
It is kind of spread out. I did notice that.
Yeah, because Santa Monica, you just got to stay there by, like, the pier and stuff, and pretty much everything's around that area.
You can walk everywhere.
Yeah, so, like, versus out here, like, you got to drive everywhere. You got to go here to go there. Like, there's a little plaza here. You stop in that plaza. You get one little item there, and then you gotta drive halfway around the city for like another like nut or boat or something or some warehouse. And that's what I kind of hate about it. Like it's not walkable. It's not like it's not like an area like. Have you been to the NoHo Art District?
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Not worth it.
Not really.
Okay.
It's all right. I mean, overrated.
Okay.
Overrated. I mean, you might as well just stay in Santa Monica.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna go anywhere.
I mean, once you're already in paradise, why leave?
I'm good. Yeah.
I mean, everyone, especially now, is like so expensive to move.
I know. I was just looking on Zillow, just like around my neighborhood, just to see, and everything is so much more. So
like what? Like whole $500 more?
Yeah, 500,000. Just everything got cranked up. So our rent's staying the same. So we're just staying put.
It's not worth it. And even when you move, there's like you put one application, there's like 30 people who already applied.
Yeah.
Even when I first moved here, me and my girlfriend at the time, she was like, she wasn't from here originally. She was from Tennessee, and so she was like, "Oh, we can move to Long Beach like that." I'm like, "We're not moving to Long Beach. Fuck that." And she's like, "Why not? Why not?" And then after a few months, because we originally moved to Highland Park, and she's like 2-3 months later down the road, she's like, "Yeah, we would have hated it in Long Beach." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
I know it is not worth living in. It's cool, but it's not worth.
Yeah, you want to visit, but you want to leave.
You have to leave. Like I said, it stinks.
That's right, it stinks.
It stinks. As a kid, I was probably like 10, 11 years old. My cousins from Mexico were visiting. We went down to Long Beach. And we went down there. There was literally a 2-seat couch floating off the pier. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay. That's the last time I ever swam in that water.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And it's not like you see toilet paper in that water. You see like just like car parts. The worst place I've ever seen was the Alawai Canal in Hawaii. It's right there by Waikiki. It's like separates Waikiki from the rest of the island. It's kind of like it's a little channel, like backwash. There's just so much shit. Like they took a picture of it from overhead. It's literally like black. And then as it filters out to the sea, like it's little like light brown. And then crystal clear water. Yeah. Because the water out there is beautiful. But like right there in the Alawai, is disgusting. Like for years, it was there was a joke because there was a moped that was stuck in the Alawai, and we were wondering if it was either going to get fished out or it was going to get blown out. So every few months, you would see it like move a little bit down the fucking the channel because the current would keep moving in and shit. So it was just like, oh my god, it was just disgusting. It's one of those things like it's a natural hazard. I mean, the LA River is disgusting too.
Where's the LA River?
Do you never seen the LA River?
No. Where is it?
It goes through like, it goes through like Atwater Village, South Glendale, that area. I mean, a little bit through North Van Nuys area. Okay. So it's like.
But yeah, I wouldn't imagine it'd be cute.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
There's certain areas like they took a test of it, and I think they found like dysentery. They found Ebola in it. They found they found like a whole bunch of shit, like literally and figuratively. I bet. Yeah. And like if you like, people were selling like trips to go in the canoe into the LA River, and then the reporter went in there and he showed them like the test results of everything that was in there, and the people were like literally vomiting on the side of the river. Oh, God. You've seen the LA River. You know that in like music videos, like they go into that little canal. Or movies, and it's like where it's like just like a little river, a little embankment with there's a little stream.
That could not be more vague. You've seen music videos or movies.
They have that. They're down in the little what's it? It's like the little waterway here in LA. It's okay. You've seen Kendrick Lamar's Humble?
Nope. You name it, I haven't seen it.
Damn. I'm trying to think of a movie.
Google it. I can Google it.
I'm just trying to think of a movie that has. But it's like one of the famous things. It's like a. Oh fuck. I think like in like a heist movie, they use it to try and get away. But that's part of the LA River. It's like they built the LA River, like they cemented it in, and so that's our river. Yeah. So it's not really a river. It's a dead river. Yeah. It's not like, I'm pretty sure you've seen plenty of rivers in Virginia. Yeah. Not out here. No.
Rivers are nice in Virginia.
I mean, Virginia's a lot more greener than out here.
Yeah.
I mean, the smog is so bad.
Yeah, smog's gross. You can't even see the stars here because there's just so much smog.
No. One of my friends, their mom was visiting from out of town, and she took them hiking, and they're hiking. She keeps taking off her glasses to clean them, and they finally said, "Mom, your glasses are clean. That's just the smog."
Yeah.
Because it's just so dense. It looks like you're like something's like always there. It's just so just like I remember every time I fly into LAX, I can feel it on my skin, on my hair. It just doesn't feel good. It's just good.
I take that over humidity though, because the South is humid.
Yeah,
it's so gross.
Yeah, I went to New York last month in September, and it was 90% humidity.
Yeah,
it was midnight 30 when I landed. I just walked out the airport and just immediately
You're just instantly drenched.
Just wet. I had to like swap out my pants 3 times. It was bad.
That's bad.
It's bad. It was bad. I was like, I wasn't ready for it because I didn't know New York is humid.
Yeah.
Like why it's humid? Like it rains for like 5 minutes and the sun come out and then like it's literally you're in a sauna because the rain
it's all evaporating.
And you could feel it. It's like condensation. Like just gets on your skin. Just makes you like. But I kind of like that better than like dry heat.
Oh, I'll take dry heat any day.
Like the last few months, it was just so hot and like draining.
Yeah.
That was more dry heat. Like the thing I hate about that, like you stop at like you go to Walmart in the parking lot. By the time you get from your car to the entrance, you just need to take a nap.
Well, yeah.
You're just like, you're just not. It's not. You're not even sweating. You're just like.
It is draining.
Just draining.
And I don't have AC, so it was real bad.
That's the thing I noticed about New York too. No one had AC. Everyone had the inbox unit.
Which is so much better than I just have one ceiling fan.
You don't even go out to Target and buy yourself another one?
I have like 2 little like fans, but they're just blowing hot air basically. I struggle.
One of my friends, what he did, he's an engineer, so what he did is he had 2 box fans. He put one going in and one going out, and so he had this whole little current.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
So I was just, after that I was like, you're a fucking genius. He was like, yeah, I know. Because it's like, it was just so brilliant put, because out and in, so the whole air is just circling. Oh, I felt so good in his room. And he didn't even have an AC unit. Because like in Hawaii, the dorms suck.
Yeah.
Get off campus. This dorm life is not good. Because like half the building should be condemned. One of my friends, they had a rat in their room. A mouse. It was a mouse, not a rat. It was a mouse. It's because it was small. Difference. And she went up to the board and asked for help. And they said, yeah, we'll get to you in 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so she had to live with that shit for 2 weeks. She was just staying in her boyfriend's place for 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, she's like, I don't even go back there. And when they finally went back, like, it already dug its way out the room, so they don't even know where it's at.
Right.
So it's like, where the fuck did the mouse go?
Yeah, and are there others?
I mean, the worst thing is I hear is like cockroaches. Ugh.
Not even that many. There are a lot more in the South, I thought. I haven't seen too many out here. Or at least not like in my place at all.
Yeah, you gotta keep, because if you find one, that means that there's 40.
If they're small. If it's the big ones, it's probably a one-off. Fun fact.
I don't know about that. Because in Hawaii, the fucking cockroaches out there were huge. And they flew.
It's gross.
It is. It is. One time, one flew right at me. Before it hit me, I literally punched it. And before it hit the ground, it did a 180 and flew right back at me. I was like, this motherfucker, no. I'm not fucking with these motherfuckers. They're bad. They're bad. But we've been here for about 45 minutes now.
Nice.
Yeah, but tell me more about your show really quickly before we start finishing up, and like where people can find you, where people can find the show.
You can find me at Whitney Rayner on Instagram, and then my show has a Instagram too, Whit at the Brit.
Whit at the Brit.
Yeah, very on the nose with my names. I don't get too creative. Make it easy to find. Yeah, that show will be every Wednesday at Britannia, $5. It's going to be super fun.
And when's the first show?
November 2nd.
November 2nd, and then it's going to be there every week. So it's going to be great. So thank y'all. Thank you, Whitney.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care. Love y'all.